Some days people don't really need answers. They just want someone to be there with them. Welcome to day 4 of your Live Light devotionals. 1 John 4 verse 21. And this is the commandment we have from him. Whoever loves God must also love their brother. We were meant to face storms together, not to drown in them alone. Being there for one another. I often find myself thinking about this whole caring thing and our usual response. We're surrounded by so many people, yet it feels like we're miles away from their hearts. It's funny how often someone opens up about their struggles and we just respond with something like, "I hope you feel better soon. We're thinking of you and praying for you." I remember someone saying, "Good deeds are the best prayers." Or how about this one? Prayers without action are just a way to brush off our responsibility and guilt feelings. In 1 Corinthians 12, it says that when one part of the body hurts, the whole body feels it. That's why it's important for the body to look after and take responsibility for every part. Sometimes it makes me a bit sad that we send out big missionary efforts and other projects to far off places when there's so much need right here at home. I heard about a woman who was diagnosed with ALS. This condition impacts the nerves and muscles, eventually leaving the person unable to care for themselves. A woman who was a trained nurse felt compassion for the lady. As the lady grew more frail and the nurse had other commitments, she could no longer care for her alone. So she started training people in her community and church to assist with the care. In the following years, the nurse trained 37 others who volunteered to help frail and elderly individuals. The truth about our country, whether we want to know it or not, is that we really need to start setting up structures and groups within our communities to support those who can no longer support themselves. This goes for all the other essentials too, like water and food that we rely on to get by if things were to fall apart. This is how the early church in Acts operated. They looked out for one another, especially for those who couldn't look after themselves. That's why we've all been given gifts, not just to enjoy for our own comfort, but to bless and help others. Sadly, we often only start to cultivate compassion and understanding when we've experienced pain ourselves or when it impacts someone we care about. In our support for each other, we uncover the deepest meaning and joy that life has to offer. The most beautiful people are usually the ones who have faced their own struggles but still show up for others. Something to ponder. Why do you think it's so hard for us to really connect with other people's suffering? How can we begin to learn how to make a real difference for people and in our community? How are you planning to start helping those in need today? Lord, I find myself walking away from those who are hurting way too easily. Please show me how I can make a difference and how I, as part of your body, can fulfill my responsibility to others. Amen. May you be blessed with a heart filled with compassion because of the grace that you have received. And may the Spirit grant you a watchful eye to see the need of others. Have a wonderful day. Love and regards, Shalom Shalom.